Welcome to Saturday Night Mania. What I meant to say is, welcome to Saturday Night Mania. I don't know why I made the thing like that at the beginning. Maybe because I wanted to be spooky or something, or maybe I just want to be dumb. Whatever. Anyway, it's called Saturday Night Mania because every Saturday night I make a mania. Okay, it's not actually every night, but at least this time it's actually on Saturday night. Well, technically it's Sunday now because it's past midnight already. By the time it's uploaded, it won't be Saturday. Well, either way. Anyways, since Halloween is soon, I decided today we'll have a Halloween-themed Molasses Man news and a Halloween-themed Saturday Night Madness, which we haven't had in forever. Then again, we haven't done this in forever in general, since like June, I think. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. So, first is Molasses Man news. Bet you're excited. All my 0 viewers of this are, huh? Anyway, let's begin. Molasses Man News Spooky Edition. Greetings, dear viewers.
What the heck was that?
Isn't it obvious, Purchasey? I was trying to be all spooky and stuff to scare the viewers. 'Cause it's Halloween after all.
Yeah, that sure was scary, alright. So scary, I bet you scared all the viewers away.
Well, anyway, I sure have a spoopy story to share with all of you today.
Oh boy, another Molasses Man news, where we won't be telling the news at all. And I can't wait to hear this story of yours.
What a coincidence, Purchasey, because I can't wait until I hear my story too.
Wait, but you'll be the one telling the story, right? What does that even mean?
I have no idea, Purchasey. Anyway, let's begin. The story, or rather, the title of the story, is simply Ghost Cat. One day, there was an old man who had nobody but a cat. The cat was his only company for many years. But one day, the cat died. Of course, the old man was very saddened by this because the cat, like I said, the cat was his only company. So he was left all alone and lonely. Then one day, the old man was all alone, reading a book. He heard a noise come from the attic. Of course, the man thought this was very weird, because he was all alone, and there was no one else in the house to make noise in the attic. Normally, this wouldn't be very unusual when the cat was alive, because the cat loved to make noise in the attic when the cat was alive. But since the cat was dead, it was very, very strange. The old man thought to himself, "Almost me, getting old, I'm hearing noises myself. I must miss my cat so much that I still keep hearing it up in the attic." But then, days went by, and even weeks, and there was still more noise coming from the attic. Eventually, the old man decided to check in the attic to see what was making the noise. And then he climbed up the ladder, up to his attic, up higher and higher until he reached the attic. And then he entered that dark attic, an area where no one, no cat or human, had set foot in for weeks. Or at least, that's what he thought, until he turned around and saw something moving in the attic. And then... The only screamed at the top of his lungs because he stepped on a nail. The end.
Wait, what? That's the story? That's how it ends?
Yep, that's the story. Wasn't it spooky?
What do you mean? You just screamed because he stepped on a nail? And what did he see in the attic?
What did he see in the attic? That's a very good question, Parcheesi. Because the answer to that is... a mouse. Saturday Night Madness time. Now, who will today's main character for Saturday Night Madness be today? McCree. Yes, McCree from Overwatch, that McCree. Why? Because today I was a cowboy for Halloween, so it works, right? I thought of McCree when I was cowboy. I mean, you know, like it's high noon and stuff like that, and me making references and no one understanding what I was talking about because they don't know what Overwatch is. I mean, you know, like people in my family and stuff, they don't play games, so they don't know. So anyway, our story starts with McCree randomly walking through a graveyard. He looks down at his non-existent watch in his arm and says, "Well, would you look at the time? Yeah, that's right, it's Halloween!" said a jack-o'-lantern wearing skeleton that popped right out of the ground. "It's high noon," McCree said, as he usually does. "Actually, I'm pretty sure it's like 6 o'clock or something," said the skeleton back at him. "Well, it's high noon somewhere in the world," McCree said, comforting himself. "Well, it won't be high noon for you anymore," said the skeleton to him, lunging at him, trying to kill him. And once again, with a "it's a high noon," he took out his pistol and bang. For the record, that noise was the toy gun I had when I was the cowboy. I decided to use it for this story because it was McCree, you know. Anyway, let's continue. Of course, since he uses high noon attack, the skeleton died instantly, even though it technically was already dead because it's a skeleton. And then McCree turned around and walked away from the graveyard. Well, he would have until he ran into a skeleton wearing a jack-o'-lantern on his head. "Hold on there. You seem familiar. Haven't I killed you before?" But then more of the scary jack-o'-lantern wearing skeletons popped out of the graveyard. The jack-o'-lantern wearing skeletons lunged toward McCree. But fortunately, the skeleton wearing jack-o'-lanterns were not a problem at all for McCree, as he had plenty of ammo left. Our magazine is still loaded with plenty of bullets. Let's do this. It's high noon. "No, not magazines. I'm allergic to paper." All of a sudden, the skeletons ran away like rabid baboons. Except 2 of them were still there, although they weren't wearing jack-o'-lanterns on their heads like the others. One was dressed up in an interesting outfit, and the other one had an afro on his head. "Wait, you 2 seem familiar. Haven't I killed you somewhere before? You do realize you already made that joke before." "It's not funny if you make it a second time, especially if it's not a skull joke, you stupid piece of ham. Skull jokes are the best. Skull joke, said one of the skeletons, the afro one who was actually Brook from One Piece. And I just realized it's the first time I've ever mentioned One Piece in one of my stories, even though I actually mentioned Fairy Tail and Dragon Ball Z randomly before. Even in One Piece, my favorite anime. What is up with this? What the heck? Anyway, back to the story. And who are you? Said McCree to the other skeleton. I am Papyrus, said Papyrus. I'm from the game Undertale. Undertale? What's that? I have no idea. I have no idea why I just said that. Anyway, friends, do you want to go out and eat some spaghetti with me? Sorry, but I don't have the stomach for it. Just kidding, I'm a skeleton. I don't have a stomach. A skeleton. And then McCree, Brook, and Papyrus went all out and made salami sandwiches. The end. Happy Halloween. A mouse.